So Adin Ballou was born over 200 years ago, and I just looked up his birth date, and it's 1803. So I don't know if you quick mental calculators can figure out exactly how much more than 200 years ago. Oh, okay. He grew up to be a peacemaker and a Universalist minister. But he didn't start out to be that either. When Adin was 7 years old, he went with his father to watch a militia out for a parade. Now, a militia was a group of military people before we ever had Army or Navy. And it's a group of homespun people that was charged with defending the country. So he watched this company of militia for a parade. They wore colorful uniforms with swords and guns and at the ready. Adin told his dad when he was older, if there was a call to war, he would join the militia in a heartbeat. When Adin was 10 years old, when a new minister moved into town and convinced his whole family to become religious Christians. After that, Adin began to read and study the Bible more than any children his own age. One story in the Bible made Adin think about how people treat one another. It was a story where Jesus says, if someone slaps you, you should turn peacefully and offer your other cheek. That would make them know that you are not there to hurt him and did not feel angry. Jesus said if someone steals your coat, you should offer them your shirt too. Adin was pretty confused about that lesson in the Bible. When someone hurts me, I feel like hurting them back, he thought. And if someone steals something, I have been taught that they should be punished. But these words of Jesus stayed deep in his heart. When he was a teenager, he had a strange dream. In the dream, his older brother Cyrus, who had died, told Adin that he must become a minister. When Adin woke up, he felt very nervous about getting up in front of people and preaching a sermon, but he took the dream seriously. And it just so happened that the little church in town had no minister during the summer, and the people in the congregation were just taking turns preaching. And he worked up the courage and remembered his dream. One Sunday, he stood up, and although his knees were shaking, he announced he would preach the following week. So he did. The people of the church liked his sermon a lot. After that, Adin began to work as a Christian minister. Becoming a soldier was long forgotten. As Adin grew up, he started to notice some things that forever ended his plans to be a soldier. He noticed when people fought with each other to solve an argument, that didn't really make them peaceful. He saw when people were punished for fighting, punishment didn't make them more peaceful. Adin decided any solution that used violence was not for him. He started to believe that if we really want peace, we must do as Jesus said and love our enemies. Adin lived during the time when slavery was still allowed in the country. He thought slavery was wrong, and he preached about it. Some of his friends halted slavery too, and they didn't love the peace as much as Adin did. Sometimes his friends got into fights with people who wanted to keep slavery. One of Adin's friends was killed in a fight with people who supported slavery. This upset Adin a lot. He decided to start a new way of living called Christian resistance. Christian resistance meant people would promise never to be violent to others. even to defend themselves. Many people thought he was crazy, but he felt very sure that this was what Jesus taught. But Adin knew that nonviolence was the only way to peace.